Hi everyone, today I'm here to do a review of The Immortal Rules by Kagawa. So this book is set in a future world where vampires control everything, and our main character, Alison Sekimoto, or Ali, is a human. Her and her friends are living in the Fringe, which is a place where humans live, and Ali is an unregistered, which means that she isn't controlled by the vampires and she doesn't have to give blood to them because she really doesn't want to. And then her and her friends are out going to collect food one day, and they are attacked by a bunch of rabid vampires, and her friends are killed and she is basically almost dead, and this vampire comes along and offers her the choice of life or death, and Ali chooses life and she becomes a vampire. Okay, so Ali, our main character, is a strong, rebellious character. She has such a bad girl streak that she just doesn't want to conform to the vampires and have to give blood to them all the time because she just really doesn't like the vampires at all, which is really strange because she did choose to become a vampire. But then again, I suppose if anyone had the choice between life or death, or becoming a vampire or dying completely, I think a lot of people would actually choose becoming a vampire. So I don't really hate her for her decision because I completely understand it. And she also comes across as such a tough person, and she's also extremely intelligent because she managed to teach herself how to read when humans and vampires aren't allowed to read. Okay, then we have our other character, Cannon, who is the vampire that saved Ali, and he is a master vampire who is in hiding from the rest of the vampires in the world because Cannon did something extremely awful, and he basically doomed the rest of the vampires and doomed new vampires, and the vampires aren't particularly happy about it, so they're after Cannon. Cannon's a very strict character. He has to have everything done his way or he has a hissy fit, but I was starting to grow to like Cannon, and then he disappeared from the story, so we'll just have to wait and see in the second book if I continue to like Cannon or if it changes at all. But he seemed like he'd be extremely good for Ali, and she was definitely stronger and able to survive on her own after having been taught by him, so it's a good thing that she met Cannon. So later on in the book, Ali and Cannon are forced to leave the Fringe and travel out towards the ruins because the people hunting Cannon have found him, and Ali is with Cannon, so she has to run for it as well, and they split up and leave each other and they go on their own. So we follow Ali, and Ali runs into a group of humans when she's out on her own, and she pretends to be a human and the humans believe her, which is really strange because she's a vampire. Should she not be cold? But these cold and red eyes and whatever, but the vampires in these books blend in with humans, so it's very, very hard to detect whether someone is a vampire or not, which I found extremely interesting. And then while Ali is in the group of humans, she meets a guy called Zeke. Zeke is such a sweet and trusting character that I grew to like him instantly. There's nothing about him that I could hate, and I really, really liked him. He's got such a great personality, and you can tell that he's such a genuinely nice guy that he was willing to welcome the stranger into their group without even questioning her, and I really, really like him for that. Throughout the book, Ali's feelings for Zeke start to continue to develop, although she knows she doesn't want to act on them because he's human, and she's scared that she'll end up going mad and drinking his blood. She doesn't want to bite him, so she's fighting with her feelings for him. The storyline in this book was full of action. We had the action at the start with the rabbits attacking Ali and her friends, and we had the next one with the vampires coming after Cannon, and then later on in the book there is a big fight scene between Ali and a guy called Jekyll, who is another vampire. And there's also another sort of maybe wee surprise twist thing with Jekyll that I'm not going to mention because I was quite surprised at it as well. There's also a fight scene between the humans and the people working for Jekyll. It doesn't really last that long, but it adds a bit more action to the book as well. All the way throughout this book I was rooting for Ali and Zeke, and I was hoping that they would be able to make it work. And the ending for me was so sad. I was really upset at it, but Ali had to leave for a reason, and we didn't know if Zeke was going to be okay or not, or if he was not going to be okay. But Ali had to go and help her creator Cannon, who was in extreme danger, and we will find out more about that in the second book, which I am really excited for. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars because the world that Kagawa created in this book was absolutely amazing. I was just so engrossed in this story that I just couldn't put the book down until I'd finished it, and I am so glad that I finally got around to reading it. And I definitely recommend that you read this book if you haven't already, because it's such an awesome book and I'm sure a lot of other people will enjoy it as well. So that was my review for The Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone!